PTSD forces you to feel immense guilt and horror at all times. It's not rational. You still have to feel it. It's one of the worst parts given you know it's all irrational, but at the same time, you can't stop it. The cycle of powerlessness with PTSD is so cruel. You overthink about PTSD, which makes it worse. You can't stop it. I would never wish PTSD on my worst enemy. The constant self-loathing and self-doubt with no end. The worst part of PTSD is it just never stops or turns off. You're just in debilitating suffering no matter what you do. I felt the most pain when I felt good. Due to the way PTSD works is your fight or flight mechanism's always on. And so when that mechanism starts to relax and you start to feel good, it kicks up again. I was stuck in a permanent loop of hyperarousal, which ironically stops you from actually being aroused. I just wish there are words that could express the amount of suffering I've felt. The complete hopelessness, terror, pain, and horror. I wish there were words that could make the thousands of nights where I faced this easier. But there aren't. No words can explain what has happened or how it felt to you. The years after years of hoping my PTSD would get better, as it gradually did, while still leaving me in terrible suffering. I keep trying to explain something that can't be explained. You just need to know that physiologically hell exists, and I've already lived there against my own consent. 3 years after I did ayahuasca, the time period for 3 years after I did ayahuasca were so horrible, especially the first year. The second year was pretty bad too. You'll get there. The fall afterwards was so difficult, and I'm so thankful I made it through. And through all the horror, I forced myself every day to say, Rudyard, when you get out, you will thank God that you survived this time period. I felt as if I had lost my sense of self for years, that there was no one inside of me, that I was a ghost in a shell that just made decisions with no ability to relate to my environment, or identity, or purpose, or self-respect. That my life had no meaning, and my entire existence was a cosmic joke by God to see how much suffering he could shove a man. This was one of the most painful things, and something that's again difficult to put into words, where if you don't have a sense of self, it's impossible to enjoy or relate to your environment, or just to live life by definition, because who are you living life if you don't know who you are? I could feel the jaws of hell and the devil consuming my existence. I could feel, in Buddhist cosmography, they have the face of a great devil, and this is true of medieval Catholic art too. The devil is a huge mouth that consumes hundreds of people at once, and I could feel the devil consuming souls, trying to suck me into his orbit with suffering, to break me, to make me like his, but I don't belong to him, so that's not going to happen. I fought back as hard as I could against PTSD. I started working only a month after I did ayahuasca. I can't believe I did it in retrospect considering my condition. I was completely dysfunctional internally, but I was still making videos at the time. I was still reading 70,000 pages a year and working with my business contacts, none of which knew I had PTSD. Somehow, although I was suffering more than I could ever imagine possible, I was still able to excel and succeed. I must have a pretty sharp distinction in my mind. I must be pretty good at compartmentalizing. I remember hundreds of days I could barely hold my eyes open while I worked. Hundreds of days I forced myself to work, although I hadn't slept the night before. I didn't trust my family, so I needed to make my own money to support myself. I forced myself to work because I needed something to not go crazy. My life was too subjective. I needed something objective to not go mad. I would go crazy without work. My life... it's just the few moments of peace I felt were when I was working so I could enter into a flow state and I loved my job. And I was making bank at the time. I was making like $300K. It was awesome. I had a pretty good lifestyle back then. And my suffering was so enormous, I immediately tried to find methods to allay it. And I had a previous therapist who was a leftist who tried to drop me when she realized I was a conservative almost immediately. And I found an amazing EMDR therapist. My life was too subjective. I needed something objective to not go mad. I would go crazy without work. My life... it's just the few moments of peace I felt were when I was working flow state, and I love my job. And I was making bank at the time. I was making like $100K. It was awesome. I had a pretty good lifestyle back then. My suffering was so enormous, I immediately tried to find methods to allay it. And I had a previous therapist who was a leftist who tried to drop me when she realized I was a conservative almost immediately. And I found an amazing EMDR therapist. And EMDR is something I cannot speak more highly of. I know it works for some people and not others. I have suspicions there are different types of EMDR that work significantly better than others from what I've seen. The way EMDR works is that they move a wand in front of your eyes, which hacks into how your brain processes information, because what I've seen. And the way EMDR works is that they move a wand in front of your eyes, which hacks into how your brain processes information, because our eyes and how we perceive our environment controls how we perceive consciousness itself. And EMDR is incredibly effective and is the only form of therapy to deal with PTSD that the Veterans Association has okayed stamped. And I frankly think EMDR and ayahuasca are both breakthroughs in the field of human psychology of a historic level of importance. We've forgotten how to rewire the human brain and human psychology, and thus our society is falling apart because we've been consumed by these negative psychological archetypes. And EMDR is very effective because after a 2-hour session, you rewire how you process information. For example, if you were molested, you could say, I feel like a slut. You logically know that's not true, but you emotionally do. So you ask yourself rationalistic questions about why you believe yourself to be a slut. And then by the end, you force your subconscious through moving the wand to realize that it's not actually your fault. And basically all of EMDR leads to the point that you need to stop taking responsibility for things outside your control. Because the nature of PTSD is that PTSD occurs when something outside of your frame of understanding occurs, which forces your mind to constantly assess for things outside of its understanding, which is hell. Because if you can never feel safe, that's psychological hell. And so what EMDR does is it basically tells you there's a traumatic experience, it's not your control, don't worry about it. And almost all of the EMDRs I've done were basically trying to get me to stop blaming myself for things outside of my control. And I had a really great therapist who did a wonderful job of cleaning me out. I like to thank him for basically saving my life, and that EMDR saved my life, and it's why I'm here. And I'm so much more vastly better off than I was 4 years ago or 3 years ago. I feel so grateful, and I can only thank God that I'm here. And yeah, it's just a beautiful thing when things work. And EMDR taught me that how we perceive reality is dictated by unconscious narratives we don't even think about. This is true, obviously, for religion and culture and stuff. But before I did ayahuasca, I never realized that I hated myself. But then after I did ayahuasca and started doing EMDR, I realized my innate subconscious self-loathing that I wasn't attached to was such a powerful force in my life as to overpower literally everything else, to control me with PTSD. The journey with EMDR forced me to come to terms with that our entire civilization has these negative psychological beliefs that are just killing us. This was the start of the Shatter the Glass video I recently made. EMDR was such a long and painful journey. I still feel PTSD today somewhat 3 years after this started. Hell, when I wrote this script, I felt a little twinge in my arm and my shoulder, but I can say with complete certainty that EMDR saved me. I make this process sound way easier than it was, given even though I have spoken about how horrible it was before, words just can't convey how painful this was. I still can't believe I was able to have an active life at the same time, and no one in my networking or business circle or people who watched my channel knew how bad my PTSD was. At the time, I was living in this 5-bedroom penthouse in Midtown Manhattan with a bunch of Indian tech bros from Dallas. They were fun guys. And it was a great deal. I got a relatively cheap, I could stay there relatively cheaply because one of their buddies was out of town. But none of them knew I had PTSD. Side note, when I was in New York, one of my buddies took me to one of the most prestigious nightclubs there. I paid $500 to enter, and God, I envy the lifestyle I had back then. That was so much fun. Then once I got in, we got a table. I got blackout drunk. The club uses a ladder to put up a disco ball at 2 a.m. I climbed up the ladder before they could to mog the disco ball. And then they pushed me back into the club, and I would make fun of people for being there as if they were silly and stuck up. And I would say, "Who are you? Why are you here? And what is your story?" Because I was drunk and I was bored. The girls were sevens at best. Clubs suck. You should never go to nightclubs. I've been to lots of nightclubs. They are never worthwhile. The girls are not attractive enough. It's not a good place for game. You can't talk. The music's not good. Everything's overpriced. You should just never go to nightclubs. That is a true lesson that I have sacrificed for you. I have been to the club like 50 times and never enjoyed it so that I could attain enlightenment. So now you no longer have to go to the club. Man, the summer of 21 in New York City was so much fun. That was a crazy time because there was so much cheap money due to the COVID financial boost that was just floating through high-risk investments like tech. I had so many friends who raised ridiculous sums of money because my my social network through Matt was tech-based. I literally had a friend who raised $20 million in order to make a crypto hedge fund to save the climate. It failed within 4 months. I know I was 19 and I have honor, but part of me wishes I raised money on some BS buzzword company. I had multiple friends who would throw $7,000 parties where they did stuff like bringing a pony to a party, where they brought it through the elevator to an apartment, and they made the pony have reindeer horns for Christmas, and we petted the pony. That was fun. And I was part of a rightist organization that was trying to form an American colony in the Balkans. That was fun, and they had one of the best communities of people I've ever met. And it fell apart very rapidly due to leadership struggles. I've integrated the failings they've done into my current leadership structure, though. And New York City felt like fun that summer, but as time passed, the vibe really changed. The air grew evil in a palpable sense. The city's culture was rotting and going mad before my own eyes. I could sense something really, really bad was about.
But it wasn't the millions of stolen crypto climate money. That wasn't corrupting the soul of the city.
To happen. It's the air got tense. I guess whenever something bad had to happen, I can feel there's tar in the air psychically, where I have a sort of sense to pick up when places are going to go to hell. It's how I got out of Peru at the right time. Why I went to China the last year before they closed their border to Westerners. And I mean, the whole world's going to hell, so it kind of fits that as I travel, everywhere is going to hell. But I got out of Los Angeles and New York what felt like the right time, because in the time since, wokeness has destroyed New York to a level that people won't believe until we realize the full effect of it years later. And they've had stuff like, there's stories of them trying to ban wood-fire pizza for environmental reasons. They're making a surveillance system where they check people's social media for their posts. And mass immigration and crime issues have destroyed the city. I have friends who lived in New York for decades, and they're never going to go back. And it's so sad, because I'm from the Northeast, and I've seen the Northeast fall apart in real time. It's like I'm watching a sci-fi or a fantasy novel, where places like New Jersey or Connecticut, that I saw as the safest home turf growing up in Pennsylvania, are now basically demonically possessed. You drive across those states, people are fat, mentally ill, depressed, they're religious fundamentalists, but their religion is the state, and the whole Northeast has fallen apart. Whenever I go to the Northeast, I'm just horrified to see what happened, because this is my home, and my home was destroyed by basically a demonic plague that occurred within living memory, and I live in Texas now to escape it, and it's just so sad, and I wish we could grieve it more. And I tried to ignore my suffering through work, reading, and traveling. Matt D and I traveled around the world together. I was trying to avoid drama with Jennifer back in Pennsylvania, and I also permanently cut my mom out of my life. Matt and I went traveling around the country to Mexico and Thailand that year. So much happened, but in the long scheme of things, none of it's actually that important to your sense of this story, so I'm going to cut it out. After a year of excruciating pain, I faced even more pain that summer. Yay! I called it Heartbreak Summer. I had told my father that if he wasn't careful at managing his schedule with his girlfriend that I would have a PTSD attack because my PTSD is triggered by powerlessness. He refused to tell me the schedule, and so there was a point when I lost physical control of my body at his house, breaking into screams and muscle spasms. Jennifer said I was doing this for attention, that I really didn't have PTSD, and that he shouldn't listen to me. I told him he wasn't my father anymore and that I would never speak to him again. We had a conversation with my therapist 2 weeks later, patched things up. I had also broke things off with a girl who was disrespecting me, so I was looking for something interesting to do to not think about the heartbreak. For people who would like to give me responsibility at this point, I can tell you with complete assurance, I have lost PTSD triggers. There's no trigger at this point that can make me lose control of my body. I'm informing you where if you would like to put me in a position of responsibility, the PTSD is no longer an issue. And just a tangent about PTSD triggers, the left constantly says the word trigger, and they're largely using the word ineffectively. Like for me, ceiling fans are a trigger. You'll see why later, but it's impossible to predict that a ceiling fan will be a trigger for me. Now, like I keep a ceiling fan up there. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. And also, light was a certain trigger. You'll see why later. It'll make more sense. But yeah, you can't build society around PTSD triggers, because I've had really bad PTSD, but you have to move on, and exposure therapy is the thing that works. So actually what the left says is the opposite of the truth, where let's say if you're a black person and you have PTSD against white people due to slavery, I don't know, the left says stuff, you should talk to nice white people. And that is what will end your PTSD against white people. I prayed to God for what I should do next after all that complication with Heartbreak Summer. I knew I wasn't going to stay in Pennsylvania due to family.
What's up, bud? What's my little guy? Who? Hey, where are you? Someone there? You're just camoed. You blended into the wall, man.
You can't even say this way. I'm second guessing everything.
Jesus Christ. Here we go. I know, but you got the camo, man. You blended in. I mean, we can move everything up here again. I love it up here because
The only thing I can think is it somehow got targeted days after. I don't know how. I'm tired of it. I untalk.
Dude, I can't see. I don't know what your voice like. Why can't you put off that? I use my hands on that.
No, I was talking things for.
I don't know. I thought they were cute. They kind of like.
Yeah.
Seems like she'd like them. No, that was enough. It's enough. That's enough. The other hand.
Probably took my money and spent it on.
We're not doing this. Ew.
Is
God.
to start. Really?
What now?
No, because leave the way.
Hmm?
Oh, Saquon. Record doesn't matter. Saquon's just gonna give up now. I don't even blame him. This is ridiculous.
I'm
Did you
trying to
see-
sleep.
Look, though, he looks so.
That's what I saw. I saw Stephen A being like,
Yeah.
Devon looks like he's gonna kill himself, and then I saw the thing, and he's just like totally. He's like, yeah, I really don't
No,
care.
he didn't-
I really don't give a
Oh,
shit.
I mean,
Whatever.
understand.
He's like, I kind of
He
wanted to do
was-
it, but I get it.
Understand. He was. And
Yeah.
I didn't want.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that crazy when I saw the
No,
interview.
they're trying.
Because the national media secretly wants him to get hurt in the last game so they can sit there and talk about how we need to fire Sirianni. Yeah, that's what they secretly want. Because ESPN's fucking Kyle.
No, it's WIP.
ESPN lives on that bullshit. They're all in that shit together.
WIP are
I'm saying
literal-
ESPN's doing the same thing.
No, but they're like
Even
or
Pat
they're Iran.
McAfee was talking shit about it. And I was like, what the fuck? This
national-
guy's smarter
the
than that.
national numbers tend to not. They're actual terrorists. They are actual terrorists, and they will kill people. They will brag about killing people. The national media pays us to do it, but no, there is some truth to you saying they're terrorists.
Don't you, they're terrorists. You need to start your own. You need to start your own domestic terrorist division. Call it like Al Qaeda Philly branch. Philly Al Qaeda.
Yeah, no. I'll wind up becoming leader of America in like 10.
I have to
Be
send
like,
you this.
How did you start on this journey? I'm like, well, I started there a cell to find my $450. Here I am. Later.
Dude, did you see this? I'm gonna send it to you. So apparently, you know how there's like all these like dumbass like not even conservative, but like soldier podcasts or whatever.
I watched some Ryan Show.
Yeah, so it's that guy.
Because sometimes he has like legitimate people who
Okay,
actually
he
have
has
been
a
in
guy.
documented
He
shit.
has a guy who was emailing with the guy that blew up the truck at the Trump hotel.
No, the guy who
Yeah.
hotel served on the same base. Guy who drove
Yes.
through the fucking.
Yeah, okay, but it gets crazier because the guy was emailing this not this dude, but like the other dude that's on the podcast with him was emailing him for like a week before the attack, and sent him an email with like all this proof and stuff, and he's like on like all these like encrypted email channels and stuff, and he's like, listen, well, so he's like, listen, he's like they're the DOJ, or he's like the DOD, Department of Defense, and the FBI, and Homeland Security are tracking me. They're coming after me. I know too much. I saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
Wait, the guy that.
Yes,
set up- I
yes.
thought you were saying that.
Well, can you listen to me
podcast
talk?
said this.
Can you listen to me
You
talk?
definitely misspoke to the guy on the podcast.
The guy on the podcast got an email from the guy who blew up the
Okay.
truck.
You
That's what I said.
sent. You said
No,
sent.
no. They were communicating with each other for like a week, and he's there, and he's like, blah 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 blah. He goes, he's like, all I want right now, he's like, I was part of an operation in Afghanistan where we covered up war crimes back in 2019 or something, and here he was like a targeting person, like on the ground or something, like they were supposed to be hitting like some kind of like drug processing center in Afghanistan, and yeah, but no, what actually happened was the military ended up targeting like a bunch of like civilian houses instead, and like ended up killing like hundreds of civilians and just like dropping like bunker busters in people's houses and stuff. But then they covered it up because like the UN was investigating, and he was part of the cover up, and like he was ordered by like the general to lie to the inspectors so that no one would get in trouble. Like, it's crazy. So they started doing some digging on the podcast, and they're like, this kind of lines up. Like, this actually happened. Like, there was actually something that happened that they covered up. And then
Trump
also,
the person?
no, it was when Obama was president. It was like right between Obama
I
to
thought
Trump.
You said that the operation talking about happened in.
Oh, I guess that was Trump.
That would have been when Trump was.
Okay, then it was Trump. Whatever.
So he blew.
No.
Blamed him.
No, so well, that gets even crazier. Like, that's actually crazy. Then he also said something where like he's like the reason I'm on the run is because I saw what actually is going on with these drones, and he says that the drones are like Chinese essentially UFOs, and that the government has like had anti-gravitational type propulsion technology for like the last 20-30 years.
Wait, the Chinese government?
Yes, the drones were
okay.
the Chinese
Okay.
drones. And apparently, like, the United States has been, like, flying them over Chinese cities for, like, the last, like, 20 years. And China reverse engineered them. And now China has them. And that China is now flying them over American cities just to let them know that they could, like, literally destroy, like, any city at will. So that's what he claims.
Anti-gravitational. That mean
I don't know.
just
It's like
retract things
UFOs.
up to them?
No, it's like a UFO where it can just like teleport all over the fucking place, and stuff. That's what he says, but who knows? It's probably bullshit, but who knows? But so he said that, and then he might have said something else that was dumb, but he said that, and then like they were going back and forth, and he's like, what the fuck, like you have to give me some proof, like what the fuck is going on, blah blah blah. So the guy's like, I guess he's like a whistleblower for like military people, where like regular like people just like super low level like sergeants or like privates or whatever like email him and be like, hey, this fucked up shit's going on, somebody needs to investigate, and then he investigates it. So he's like doing something like that, and he got like this email and literally was like, this dude's a fucking crackpot, whatever. And I guess he was making jokes on Twitter about it before, on like New Year's Eve or something. He's making jokes on Twitter being like, listen guys, blah blah blah, like all this, just like joking with his wife and stuff. And then like I guess he woke up on New Year's Day and someone called him about it, and he's like, this is the guy I was talking to, and he's like, I have all these emails, and he got freaked the fuck out, and like so then he emailed this guy.
As believable as that sounds,
Yes,
the fact that he was acting erratic, not himself, up a side, rented it. Clearly, probably
no, because it's even crazier. Because it's even crazier. So they get all this information, and there's like all these like they ended up redacting it when they showed it.
Is this about
Cover up of the war crime or whatever. Okay, whatever. But they redacted all the names or whatever, so that you didn't know. But like these are all real people, and like they knew some of them, and so apparently like that guy reached out to like this show person, the Sean Ryan guy on the show or whatever, and was like, hey, we need to talk. And he's like, okay, fine, we'll talk tomorrow, we'll set up an interview tomorrow, come in, we'll talk about it, and then we'll go from there. And so they didn't tell anybody about it. And then I guess both of their phones just started blowing up, where like former like CIA agents, like military people, like all these like investigators and stuff, like from the military and stuff, all these like secret branches started contacting them. I was like, listen, like blah blah blah, tell us what you know, blah blah blah, what's going on. So they got so freaked out, so they released this podcast or whatever.
We're so scared the government's covering after us. Let's talk about it for 3 hours and release
It's
it on
just,
the
I
internet.
don't know. So, but then they were talking, and they're like, okay, because I guess they did a DNA test on the guy, and he doesn't have. They're saying that he's not related to his son. So, like, they're saying like, oh, well, the reason he did it was because his wife cheated on him, and he just fucking went crazy. But it, like, from what they're saying, like, this guy, like, in all his emails and stuff, he was like, aside from talking about UFOs, he was like totally normal, and like clearly he kind of like was able to like put this thick plan together. What they think happened, because they found out that the body was dead before the explosion or something, but it was in a Tesla. So what they're saying is, and the DNA doesn't match his son, what if he just killed some random ass dude, put the body in the car, programmed the Tesla to drive and park in front of the Trump thing, and blew up the fireworks? Yeah, they can drive themselves. I don't know. Because this guy, I mean, because he was like in like super like encrypted channels and stuff. Like he knew they were after him and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's what they said.
That would be like.
So then these people were talking. They're like, what if he's fucking out there? Like, what if he's like on the run? I don't know. They're looking for you. They're gonna fucking you. Look how they found that other guy.
Not when you were on the inside and you know how. If he's involved in cover, probably involved.
Look at how they called that Luigi guy. Look how they called the Luigi guy.
Luigi being great. Special guys top of the. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
If they put your profile, into their system, you cannot shop anywhere. Because their facial recognition, Luigi probably, the reason they didn't give out a reward is because he probably got caught at the self-kiosk thing with a camera that's inside the fucking screen.
He's not trained country, steal shit.
Yes, that's
we
fair.
Pay cash. And like,
That's
in
fair.
America, you can disappear. if
You
want
can.
to. It's very
It
hard.
would be very hard.
You have to fake your death. Number one.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know. I don't think it's possible to actually disappear. If they want to find you, I think they'll
no,
find you.
it all depends on how much you need to.
Look,
If you can be living
you
in
can-
the woods.
yeah,
there's
but
no
you
one
literally
on
have to
TV.
stay away from all technology.
Yeah.
You can't go to McDonald's. You can't go to you can't shop anywhere. Like, you can't go anywhere. And like, can't go to a McDonald's in fucking Thailand. Like, they'll fucking find you there. I don't know. But
That's
yeah,
where
it was
I
just,
go.
I saw the video. You gotta watch the video. It's pretty cool. It's interesting.
I watch it. I watch it. Battle.
Hmm.
People.
It was just interesting hearing them talk about it because they were both like genuinely freaked out. And I was like, oh
like, you
god.
remember Black Robin. I don't think. Whatever. Like. It, like committing a war crime. Actually, like, not as simple. They just got amped by like a ton of, and then everyone died, including them.
I'll be right back, John. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, dude, there was this podcast that came out. I was telling him about it. Well, that's fair. That was interesting. What? Thank you. Please. Bro, I'm not going nuts. I wasn't shouting. I'm talking to my brother. Oh, no, I mean, he knows that I work at like a psych office. You know that, right, Jade? Oh. Yeah. Maybe I am. Maybe I am the Joker, man.
My ultimate's ready.
My ult is ready.
I feel like if anyone can free the Joker, it's me. A what? About time. Yeah, you used to make fun of me for being a Thanos supporter. Wait, I want an apology. Why do you support Thanos now, Jared? That's a lie. That's a lie. Did you see how they're gonna put warning labels on alcohol? Yeah, I know they do, but you're gonna make them like big, like the tobacco ones.
Right here.
From what they were saying, it actually might be worse for you than tobacco and cigarettes. Oh, maybe. No, that's what New York Times told me that. Is that true? Are you? Legend, okay. Anal, okay. Oh, Thanos? Okay.
Can't use that. Have one of these.
Family drama, which was my earlier plan. I didn't really like New York that much. It's too crowded. I don't like city.
What's that? Like a money thing? The fuck is a reverse Kramer index? Like Seinfeld or? Jim Kramer? Oh god, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's smart. That's what smart money does. Huh. Oh, helps when you're insider trading. It makes it a lot easier. Bro, my mom had Wendy's. Is it? Don't they have? Isn't my sister's? It's like $5 and it's like 5 meals or some shit. It's like crazy. It's like a 3 for $5 or something. Something I don't know. And she gets like 5 of them, and then she has like 20 nuggets and like 2 burgers, 3 burgers, and all this French fry crap. And I'm like, oh my lord. Why? What do you get that's so expensive? Let's look at their menu. Yeah, I think she gets a bunch of the kids. She just gets a bunch of the kids' burgers because they're so cheap. You probably save money. No. Wendy's menu. Bacon mushroom. Is that what you get? Let's see. Hamburgers. I always get chicken sandwich. They're never too crazy. Yeah, they're never too expensive. I don't try. Most of these burgers are dog shit. That's not that crazy. Every once in a while, like my favorite is at work. Sometimes we get Chick-fil-A. I like that. And there's like $6, $7. I mean, yeah. Why? See, Wendy's doesn't even have a menu. What the fuck? Oh, pick up. Do you want it? Why don't we do the pens? But look at what you want. Let me know what you want beforehand, cause I'll order it. Because you have to order it, or it'll be like it takes forever. Oh, you? Oh, okay. It was fine. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah. I mean, did you like it? If you didn't like it, we could go somewhere else. Okay. What the fuck? I want 18078. Because more people will eat the chickens. The chicken sandwich probably sells better. I don't eat like a burger like that. If I'm gonna eat a burger, I'm gonna eat like a good burger. You know? Just start eating shovels. So wait, what do you get? They have the Baconator. Did you? I've never gotten like a triple or double. Are they big? Oh god. Oh my god. Why don't you just get the junior cheeseburger? But it's probably healthier for you. Look at a triple bacon classic. Big bacon classic triple is like 1,000 calories. That's crazy. No, I haven't been to Jake's in a while. Jake's. Wayback Burgers. Oh, I don't think it's called Jake's anymore. I just think it's called Wayback. It's good. It's that shit's expensive. You want to say something's expensive? I actually could go for that soon. The burgers are for sure, but I think the toppings and the milkshakes I think are better at Jake's. I normally would get the bourbon bacon with the onion rings on it. I like that one. A spicy melt. That looks good. At Jake's? What? Did you get your name on the wall or something? It's not on their online menu. I don't see it. Oh. I mean, plus it would taste disgusting. You know, like you just eat like 9 pounds of hamburger beef. Like it's just not good. Oh, dude, Jared, remember when we went to the store and they had like those really big Twinkies things? I bought one because they were on disc. They were on clearance at Weiss. It was like $5 or something. So I got it. I took it into work, and like the girls like ate them all. There's like none left. They're gone. There was like 18 or 20 in them or something. It was crazy. That's fair. Dude, cake is like my favorite thing. I love cake. On my birthday, stay away from me. It's the one time a year I get to eat cake, and it's mine. Oh yeah, she was a baker, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I could see it getting old. I like my sweets. You like what? No, that's bad. Doesn't your mom make that too? That's cool. That's cool. I like a cheesecake. Cheesecake is good. Okay.
Has there been any response from the MTA?
Oh, good. They're gonna bring congestion pricing back to New York now.
Out there when it's cold, just like Julia is. They've got their little table set up. They've got their cameras. That's dedication, folks. That is dedication. Go ahead. We got another one. It changes just a little bit. It's going to clear up. Bam. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And now there's
Alright? That's all I'm saying. In Crossfire, you literally buy an item called Flash Guard.
Now it's time to lock in,
Still
boys.
get buying them, but... Fuck, like, what do I even buy here, Chad? Do I A for it?
Bottom mid.
God, I'm scared. Like, this guy's smoking bottom mid. Do I spam it and die? Go Sky? Or do I push apps? Up all.
2 more, 1 low. 3 more actually.
What?
You saw him, Julia. Nice try, bro.
Bro. Wait. I'm dumb as fuck. I'm a dumbass bitch idiot. He just walked. He just crossed back. Oh damn. Like they gave it to me too, but I just played myself.
I don't know. He said he has to do something really important, and then he'll be right back. He's like, I have to do this today. I was like, okay, whatever. Take a shower.
I long for a worthy opponent. Is this supposed to be a challenge? Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. I have no equal. Minions have spawned. Sharp blade, sharp mind. Submit. You have already lost. In the blink of an eye. I succeed. First blood. Precision and grace. Do not hesitate.
Ow, 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 ow.
Is this supposed to be a challenge? I have no equal. You have been slain. Sharp blade, sharp mind.
The fuck is this?
blink of an eye.
An enemy has been slain.
Mortality is truly divine. Others try. I succeed.
Enemy killing spree.
Precision and grace. Such unrefined style.
An ally has been slain.
Prepare to die.
Enemy rampage.
Do not hesitate.
Enemy killing spree.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
Killing spree.
I have no equal. Sharp blade, sharp mind. In the blink of an eye. Strike quickly, strike deftly. At once. Others try. I I succeed. Precision and grace.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Do not hesitate.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy killing spree.
Is this supposed to be a challenge? I have
Enemy killing spree. An enemy is dominating. An enemy has been slain.
in the blink of an eye. Others try. I succeed. Precision and grace.
Shut down.
Such unrefined style.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Do not hesitate.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
To the death. Is this supposed to be a challenge?
Enemy killing spree.
In the blink of an eye. Others try. I succeed. Precision and grace. Unstoppable. Such unrefined style. Do not hesitate. Is this supposed to be a challenge?
Killing spree. Shut down.
In the blink of
Once.
On my fine style. Do not hesitate. Is this supposed to be a
Enemy rampage. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I have no equal.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Try me. Sharp blade, sharp in the blink of an eye.
You went to Wendy's, man?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh. Where'd you go then? I thought that's where you went. Oh. Reporting this support too? Question mark? What? Who can get type 3 first?
Run them through.
An enemy has been slain.
I never hold back.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Precision and grace.
Double kill.
On your fine style. Do not hesitate. Prepare to die. Is this supposed to be a challenge?
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Shut down.
I have no equal.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Sharp blade, sharp mind. Your move. In the blink of an eye.
An enemy has been slain. Legendary. Has been destroyed. An enemy is legendary. An enemy has been slain.
Others try.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. Your inhibitor is respawning.
Run them through.
Hey, don't tell me. That's what it says. It says alcohol is the #1 cause of cancer in the world.
Enemy double kill.
That's what it says. No, allegedly. That's what my eye doctor said. He said they could tell that first. What? Are you serious? Oh. You are delusional. Oh no, I didn't mean you. But I'm talking. My team's typing to me after the game. They said I'm delusional. What did he say to do? Okay. I think especially after you have diabetes, don't you really you have to eat like so much or it'll be a problem, right? Oh. Oh. Mm. It's like how much does insulin lower your blood sugar? Oh. Mm. Just throw it. We'll just save a couple years and throw it right in the trash for you, Jared. Just throw $1,000 and burn it for you. No. Ugh. Dude, I just got this like I ordered this thing off TikTok. It's like a sweatshirt blanket. It's like a snuggie, but it's just like a giant robe with a hood. I'm so excited for it to come. What is that supposed to mean? Yeah. Isn't that a good thing? Oh. I'm not always cold. I'm always cold in winter. And I'm always hot in summer. What if I'm normal, Jared? What if I'm just normal baseline? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Used to sexually harass the women? What? I had to put on my Sherpa hoodie. No. I wear Crocs. Crocs are cool, man. Yeah, they're cool again. Is fleece made from sheep? Fleece. Oh. 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 Hmm. Yeah, I have big wool socks on right now. Yeah, I don't know what it. This is a question for Jason. Someone, we gotta write this down for me, Jared. My feet always smell so bad in winter. I don't know why. They're fine normally, but just they with the socks and stuff, they just start smelling bad. No, never. I'll wear multiple pairs of socks a day. Dude, my socks get crusty. They get so crusty after wearing them for a day. They're like stiff. Like you could hold them up and they stand straight. Oh, I don't know. Uh. No, dude, I just wearing them on my feet. What? No, is it good? I got a lot of things I gotta watch. Is it good? Hmm. Yeah, I saw the cookies. Yeah, like I saw like a picture of them holding up like this cookie with this crazy pattern on, and they're all like standing around looking at it with these crazy faces. Pretty funny. That was iconic one. You should play the Roblox thing, Jared. Remember the Squid Game Roblox? Didn't we do that before? That's cool. Yikes. Ring. Okay, now you're talking my language. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. God. He's the best character in the movie. Yeah, I love Jar Jar. He's my favorite guy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Jar Jar. The planes are just falling out of the sky. That would have been funny. Yeah, that would be crazy. Oh, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. He's getting Wendy's for you? That's nice. Well, I didn't say you're not nice. I just said that was nice. He's getting food. Huh. Damn. I have a bunch of points saved up for Jersey Mike's. I've been getting free sandwiches there. It's fair. I gotta do a Jersey Mike's soon. I haven't had it in a while. I like Jersey Mike's, and I like... We need Yakos around here. Dude, if we had a Yakos, I'd have diabetes. I would have a lot. I would have too much of it. Yeah, because they closed the one in Fogelsville now. So that's the closest one now. Oh. I feel sometimes the ballpark dogs are good. When I went to the Steelers game, those ones were fucking good. They were expensive. It's like $7 for a hot dog. But that shit was good. Like the meat was better than Yakko's. That shit was good. That's what I'm like. I don't go all the time, so whatever the fuck I gotta pay, it's what it costs. Well, that's fair, I guess. Damn. That's fair.